Yes guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Right, before we get into today's video, which is episode 11 of Coaching Words and Phrases, are you guys enjoying this segment? Like, I'm enjoying making it for you guys. It really kind of gets my creative juices going because I've got so much knowledge I just want to share with you guys as well. So yeah, let me know if you are enjoying these videos. So today we're going to be doing two different coaching words and phrases. They're kind of like team orientated but got some tactical elements to them as well, so I won't say too much more than that. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel, it helps more than you know, and obviously click that notification bell. Every time we upload a video to our channel you will be notified, and just drop the video a like as well because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and why the hell not. Right guys, let's get into today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. So here we're going to look at something called half spaces, okay? So I divided the pitch into sort of 5 lanes, if you like, just to make it easy. So we've got lane 1 at the top, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 at the bottom. Half spaces is something that maybe Jurgen Klopp has kind of brought into the English game, into the Premier League a lot more. And other teams do use this as well. Obviously Pep Guardiola's team as well, and Man City do this as well. But in particular, those two teams I would say are most sort of take advantage of these situations the most. So a half space is something that's not a full space, hence why it's a half. So a full space would be in the middle, because most teams are operating in the middle area. If the bulk of the players are operating in sort of lane 3, then the other space that would be available is the wide area. So it would be 5, and it would be lane number 1. So then if the ball is transferred into lane 5, or if it's in lane 1, then all of a sudden there's a half space available, and that half space is lane 2 and lane 4. So I'm just going to incorporate a couple of players. So you might use let's use Kevin De Bruyne. He'll operate in this position quite a lot, and you'll have maybe a Riyad Mahrez out here, and then you'll have maybe a Raheem Sterling or Jack Grealish over here, and you might have a Bernardo Silva in that position there. So these half spaces, and you'll have your 9 occupied in lane 3. So you'll often see Man City lined up like this, and even Liverpool to a certain extent, but Liverpool do it slightly differently. They'll try and look to have, so what we'll do is we'll use this as a Mo Salah. Mo Salah will go into these positions, and then you'll have maybe the Jordan Henderson looking to overlap over here, and likewise over here, Sadio Mane will maybe come to these positions, and then you'll have Thiago maybe operate just slightly to the side. So half spaces is not a full space, it's a half space. It's in lanes 4 and 2, because the full spaces are on lane 3 to start off with, and then the spaces become in lane 5 and lane 1, and that's how the half spaces were invented, i.e. lane 2 and lane 4. Yes guys, you're going to see Manchester City playing in the half spaces against Liverpool. You see Kevin De Bruyne in the half space initially. Pass goes out to Jesus, who now dribbles into the half space. Next clip, you've got England, and you've got Calvin Phillips collecting the ball in the Euros into the half space before throwing a pass into Sterling, and him eventually scoring a goal. Now we've got some examples with sort of Real Madrid, Barcelona. Loads of people arriving in the half spaces, or already in the half space to receive as well. And then obviously after that, they can do whatever they want to do. They go for a dribble, they can throw in a pass, maybe even get a shot away as well. So here we're looking at lock them in, okay? So Greens have got a throw in the defensive third. Typically a throw in would be in this position to sort of go down the line and sort of gain some territory. And obviously it's a game of chess here, so you know you can cover down the line here, but if you're giving them an easy out over here, i.e. 3 throws into the 5 and they're able to play out, then this is kind of pointless. You need to make sure you're all set in good positions. So 2's affecting the 9. The 9's affecting the 2, 10's affecting the 6, 11's affecting the 7, 3 is affecting the position and the spacing behind, but also the 10 if the throwing goes above the 4. 5 is a spare, 6 is locked onto the 9, 2 is locked onto the 11. The 7 is doing the 4 but also aware of the 5. 4 is doing the 10 but also aware of the 4 in here as well. So they are locked in, it's difficult to sort of get out. You know, the typical throw could be, like I said, down the line. It could be into the 11 bounce, and then it could be a hoof down the line, for example, if you're not a technical team or a team that likes to sort of get hold of possession. So that's kind of locked them in. If they weren't locked in, obviously players might just sort of just get into their slots, if you like, and not really affect it. And then obviously the 3 can just play into the 5 here. The 6 might drop off, receive. The 2 might go wider, and they can just play out from there, for example. So locking them in is quite a common phrase, it's especially in the defensive third, as an opposition team trying to lock in the defensive team. So on the flip side of that is when you're in a sort of attacking position, can the defensive team also lock on as well? So you've got the 2, the fullback here in the attacking third looking to take a throw in. You've got the 3 doing the toes of the 7 and the 5 the other side of the 7. You've got the 11 locked onto the 4 if he comes in short. You've also got the 6 if he decides to go deep. The 9 can affect it. The 10's affecting the 8. The 4 is affecting the 10. 6 is kind of spare, but also can be wary of the 10 as well. Might just put the 8 in there just so it's a bit more realistic. So everyone's kind of locked on or semi-locked on or in position and a half, just so they can affect it. So that, again, that is locked on as well. It's difficult to sort of work an easy situation. You know, if they weren't locked on and everyone retreated back into their positions, the 9 might be in there, 2 might be in here. The 7 can just, the 2 can just bounce into the 7, setting back in here, and then maybe just cross the ball, and so it'd be easy to do. So just making sure you're locked in there in a different type of scenario, more in an attacking situation.
You gave me some advice, so I